Well, welcome to New Mexico Rising. My name is Mandy. This week, we've got this.
We tell teens some on-screen tips about what they can do to help protect themselves. And these are risks that they can encounter on any platform, any service, any device.
It connects U.S. families with pediatric ophthalmologists to provide no-cost eye health vision care in children that don't have insurance or access to vision care.
I put on 15 pounds of muscle and I started boxing a lot more every day. And I grew up boxing a little bit, watching boxing, but all I was watching was boxing.
We're the outdoors organization, not exclusively, but we really want to get kids who will off the couch, away from screens, and outside.
It's fun to be funny, although in the scene as the character, it's not really funny to you. You're playing it genuine. And that happens for me a lot on stage too. When I'm doing my stand-up, while the audience is like laughing really hard, I am typically like playing the jokes that I'm saying very straight.
All that and more right here on New Mexico Rising. As families get ready for back to school, we often think about shopping lists and schedules, but one thing many parents forget is checking their child's vision. Good eyesight is essential in the classroom, and some kids don't even know they're seeing things differently. Joining us today is Dr. Kate Jordan, a pediatric ophthalmologist, here to explain the importance of vision screenings and how the All Children See program can help families. Welcome, Dr. Jordan.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're happy to have you here. Could you tell me why is it so important for kids to have regular vision screenings?
Yeah, it's so helpful for kids to have regular yearly vision screenings so that if there's a problem, they can be evaluated and treated early. A lot of kids don't realize that they can't see. They just assume that the way they see is how everybody else sees. Or if they have a lazy eye, one eye they see fine with and the other eye they don't really care about. And so they don't realize that that's not normal to only have one eye that has good vision. So early detection is really helpful and important for children's eye health.
And what are some of those warning signs parents should watch for if their child might be having vision problems?
Kids will oftentimes squint when they're trying to look far away, especially at the board or at the TV. They might want to get close to things. They might hold their books close to their face or their tablet. If they're not reading at their grade level, that's another important sign that needs to be evaluated early on. If they have any eye muscle problems, if their eyes are crossing, if their eyes are drifting, sometimes they will squint an eye when they go outside, or they might cover an eye when they're reading or close an eye when reading. So those are really important things to look for and for parents to make an appointment to get evaluated.
And when's the right time of year for a child to get an eye exam?
So vision screenings are helpful to do at the beginning of the school year. That's when schools generally will do the vision screenings. If your school does not provide vision screenings, that can be done at the primary care provider, at health fairs, or the Lions Club, which connects families nationwide for screening vision in kids. And kids their eyes do change and grow every year. So if a child didn't fail a vision screen the previous year, they may be flagged this current year for a comprehensive eye exam. And if they need that comprehensive eye exam, it's best to be done early on in the academic school year. That way they're set up for success for their best reading and education and learning and confidence in the classroom.
What is the All Children See program? Why was it created?
The Children's Eye Foundation of APOS launched All Children See in 2020 as the first direct patient care program. It connects U.S. families with pediatric ophthalmologists to provide no-cost eye health vision care in children that don't have insurance or access to vision care. And it's currently available in over 30 states and Washington, D.C. area. It's a wonderful program for those families that are stressed about health insurance and getting their children's eyes evaluated.
Thank you, Dr. Jordan. Where can families get more information and to check to see if their child qualifies?
Yeah, so the allchildrenc.org website is the perfect place to find out if they qualify and to find those providers That's allchildrencsee.org. You can also go to the Children's Eye Foundation.org website. And then in general, just to find more about eye health and to find a pediatric ophthalmologist in their area, you can go to aapos.org, which is our American Association for Pediatric Ophthalmology and Strabismus website. It provides the most up-to-date information for families about eye health and eye conditions and treatments.
Well, this was all really great information. Dr. Jordan, thanks so much for being here with us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Scrolling through social media can be fun, helpful, and even inspiring. But for teens, it also comes with real risks. That's why Snapchat is rolling out a new online safety education program called The Keys. So joining us to explain what it is, why it matters, is Jacqueline Boucher, Snapchat's global head of platform safety. Welcome, Jacqueline. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
All right. What is exactly this The Keys program?
The Keys is an interactive online safety learning program, and it's specifically designed for teens and their parents. What we think makes the program unique is that it goes beyond awareness raising. It helps to build practical skills in teens because the program itself confronts head-on those issues that are the most challenging for teens today online.
Can you give us a quick walkthrough of what the course covers and how it kind of works?
Absolutely. The Keys is divided into two parts. The first part is all about framing those risks. We define the risk. We tell teens some on-screen tips about what they can do to help protect themselves. And these are risks that they can encounter on any platform, any service, any device. We're talking about online bullying or illicit drug activity or sexual extortion. And then the second half of the program dives into those resources and tools that we make available directly in the Snapchat app to help teens if they encounter something online that might make them feel uncomfortable. And the course itself is actually designed and modeled after driver's education. For generations, teens have been learning to drive both in the classroom and gaining that practical experience behind the wheel. So we tried to do something similar with the Keys, and we even named it the Keys because just like the keys to a car fire up the engine, we want to ignite critical thinking in teens' brains.
So what made Snapchat decide to create an interactive safety course kind of like this?
So we know in today's world, technology connects us to everything, and that's truly amazing. I think technology has forever changed the way we work and live and go to school and learn. But with that connectivity, which is brilliant, can also come risk. So we wanted to put together a course that parents and teens could actually take together and unpack some of these more serious issues, because we don't want those conversations to be taking place for the first time after a teen has been exposed to risk. We know from even research what drives people to action, and that's something bad happening. We want to try to get ahead of all that with this program and tool.
So where should families go if they want to learn more or maybe get started?
The program is available at thekeys.snapchat.com. And I would encourage the parents, the caregivers, the trusted adults, sit with the teens in your life and go through this as a kind of joint learning opportunity together. It could be one of the most important conversations that you have all year.
Jacqueline, thanks for joining us this morning. You ever wonder about what happens to a fighter after the cheering stops? Bang Bang follows a retired boxer trying to make good on family, on legacy, and on himself. It's gritty, it's grounded, and it's set against Detroit. Today we've got actor Andrew Liner, who plays Justin, joining us to dig into the story and work out what went into it. Welcome to the show, Andrew. How are you, my friend?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, can you give us a quick version? What is Bang Bang about, and who is Justin in this world with Tim Blake Nelson's Bang Bang?
Bang Bang is about Tim Blake Nelson's character, Bang Bang Bernard. And it follows the life after fighting. It's about what happens to a title fighter after they retire. I play his grandson, who he then starts coaching, and they start forming a connection, and they start, they need each other. They need each other. It's a important relationship. It's the father-son type of relationship. It's a coach to his athlete relationship as well. And we kind of explore the complexities of that father-son coach athlete combination. And but really, it's about life after fighting for these people, for these boxers and these fighters, and where it can lead. And unfortunately, Bang Bang's story is not the worst of them all.
So what kind of training or prep did you do to get Justin believable in the ring and in some of those personal, quieter moments?
I like to work physically and then start going into the internal stuff. I put on 15 pounds of muscle and I started boxing a lot more every day. And I grew up boxing a little bit, watching boxing, but all I was watching was boxing documentaries, fights, interviews, and all I was doing was kind of just training and boxing myself. So it was a physical and then into the internal. I think that exploring the quieter moments was, I was out there in Kentucky. It was by myself. I didn't really have anyone my age out there either. So it kind of became this cathartic experience that was, in a way, a parallel to Justin's quietness. So, yeah, I think athletes all feel the quiet at a point in time.
And you're opposite a heavyweight cast. What did you pick up working with Tim Blake Nelson and the rest of the ensemble?
Every actor was so unbelievably talented, but at the same time, the biggest thing that I learned was they all were true and they were honest and they were real and they were just talking and listening. And it got to a point where everyone was trying a bunch of different things within the confines of continuity, within the confines of being real, and within the confines of their character. And I think that it, in a way, pushed me to start exploring that in myself, to start exploring, maybe I gotta swing bigger here, or just try this, or just try that, or in what's honest to me, and push myself to the best of my abilities, just like Tim did, and just like Erica did, and Glenn, and just that's what it was inspiring. It was motivating, and it was, it was a blessing to just watch them work.
And what do you hope audiences feel walking out? What's the takeaway you kind of want them to sit with?
This is about a fighter after they're done. And I think that he is brash and he is abrasive and he's not the nicest guy at times, but I think that he is trying to do good. And I think that if you're in the pursuit of goodness, that's where we want to be. We want to be helping each other. We want to be, fighting for honor. We want to be forgiving and forgetting. And I think that Bang Bang is about that. I think that it is about the, rocky road of this post-life, this post-title fighter, this guy who is in the pursuit of goodness. And it's not pretty, but it's honest. And I think Justin needs him, and he shows up. He didn't have to. So they need each other. And I think we all need each other. And
you've got another big one coming up, working with Destry Spielberg on Please Don't Feed the Children. Yeah. How are you feeling heading into that?
Man, it's really exciting. I think that having that under my belt, having another job under my belt is really important. And I'm thankful to be working in a time in our industry where, we went from COVID to strikes to fires, and it's been bleak, and it's been, there's a lot of phenomenal actors that aren't working. I'm just blessed to be working and not only working, but working with Destry. It's a true blessing.
Andrew, thanks for joining us today. Bang Bang is now playing in select theaters with more cities rolling out across the country. Check your local listings to see where it's showing near you. Hey, Andrew, thanks again.
Thank you so much for having me.
As a mom, I know parents are always looking for meaningful activities outside the classroom. One option families turn to is Cub Scouts. We're joined today by Roger A. Krone, President and CEO of Scouting America, to talk about what kids can take away from the program and how it works for families. Welcome, Roger. How are you?
Great. I'm great. Great. Thanks, Amanda. It's great to be here.
So good to have you, Roger. Thank you for being here. From your perspective, what are some of the skills kids can learn in Cub Scouts that they might not always get in school?
Yeah, schools are great, and they have a mission to teach certain academic skills, math, English, history, and at each level, they have to achieve a certain, competency in those areas. Our program is really built to complement what's going on in the classroom. So first of all, and we're well known for this, we're the outdoors organization, not exclusively, but we really want to get kids who will off the couch, away from screens, and outside. But we also want to teach them sort of the social skills, the interaction that maybe we lost in COVID. So our activities are designed around what we call a den or a unit. So think about it like 8 or 9 kids and kind of project-based. So we'll go on a hike, or we might go camping, or we'll build a fire. And so you don't think about it when you're doing this fun stuff, or it could be a game, by the way. But you have to plan, you have to work together as a team, you have to problem solve, you have to collaborate. By the way, you have to persevere. Some of these projects that we give the Cubs, a bit of a challenge. They're not necessarily going to be successful first try, right? So they learn like, oh gosh, that didn't work. Let's try something else. And I think so important today is you learn to interact with other kids, and that means you learn self-respect, but you learn respect for others, and you learn empathy. Now, we're a 115-year-old organization. All of our programs are designed around teaching leadership and citizenship and character development and personal fitness. But specifically at the Cubs, we're trying to move Cubs from working as individuals into kind of this team environment. And I just think it's so important nowadays.
Parents already juggle school, sports, and other activities. How does Cub Scouts fit into a busy family schedule?
Yeah, and parents now, many, we have two, both parents working, two income families. If they have two parents, the kids are busy. There's sports that they want to do. There are other activities. But I like to say, and by the way, we have looked at that. We've redesigned. We're constantly tweaking our program. And I like to say, scouting is a great number 1, number 2, or number 3. And so if your child is in ballet or they're in sports, they have to make practice every day. And you say, how do I fit scouting into that? Well, our leaders understand that kids have other priorities. And so our programs are flexible enough that if you miss a meeting, you don't miss, right, what's going on in scouting. In fact, we know kids are going to miss meetings. They won't make every camp out. By the way, this was true in my day. I was a runner. All of our meets were on Saturday. So I didn't get to go camping, right, until after the Saturday morning meet. And that's true today. We have a spokesman who was a scout in Cincinnati. That's where I scouted. And he was a football player. But he became an Eagle Scout. He balanced scouting and football, went on to play in college, went on to play in the NFL, and now he's an Eagle Scout, but a star running back for the Detroit Lions named David Montgomery. And so he's living proof that you can do both. In fact, I would suggest, Amanda, that doing more than one thing is also an important life skill. So you prioritize, you organize, you plan ahead. If you know you're going to have a meeting on Wednesday night, you better get your homework done on Wednesday afternoon. And, teaching kids to do that isn't a bad thing either.
I would really agree with you, Roger. My kid does basketball, and I've often thought about that, but you're convincing me now. We're going to put him in soon. Outdoor fun is a part of the program. What kind of adventures do kids get to experience?
Yeah, well, we've moved our outdoor experience and our camping further into our Cub program, which is our elementary school program, but really because kids told us, arts and crafts is fun, and we still do a lot of arts and crafts, but we really want to get outside. And so really from the beginning, they'll have an outdoor experience. And it may be a Saturday day experience at one of our facilities. We've built what we call Cub Worlds. So it might be a fort or a castle or something to mimic a ship. And the Saturday activity may be, let's plan taking the ship right on a journey. And, then you think we need maps and we need food, and you build some planning activity into it. We also do our traditional outdoors. So the overnight camp, the fire, the walking in the woods, the aquatics program, the canoeing, those are in our program as well. We also have a shooting program. We do BB and Cubs. We do small caliber in our Scouts BSA program. But and again, all of these programs are designed to teach kids new skills and let them kind of extend their boundaries and to grow and to learn.
So as a parent, I want my kids ready for the future. How does scouting help prepare them for challenges as they grow?
Yeah, our mantra now is prepare for life. Everyone knows, scouting, be prepared, and do a good term daily. And, those are, synonymous with our brand. But now we're kind of, the messaging to the parents is we're designing our program around the life skills, the things that they're important to you when you're a youth, but they're the skills that will make you successful as a young adult, as a parent, right? And it's, in so many ways, it's collaborating, it's getting along, it's the social skills, it's the interaction. Yes, we teach program management and project management. And, to solve a problem, you may have to put together a schedule. You may have to have a duty roster. Interesting enough, you may have to put a budget together. The first budget I ever put together was to buy food for a camp out. And, I go back and I think about that. I've been doing budgets ever since, and all I've been doing is adding zeros. But, we had 10 kids, everybody put in $10. I had $100 to buy food. I didn't have $120 to buy food. And so you get to do that as a youth in a very controlled, safe environment. And you'll learn those skills, project management and problem solving, that'll be so important to you when you're an adult.
So, Roger, where can families go if they want more information or if they're like me and ready to get their kid involved?
Great. Well, we've gone digital like everyone else. We have a terrific webpage, beascout.org. And when you arrive there, we now have an AI chatbot to welcome you named Scoutly. You can ask Scoutly questions. He will help you to navigate all the information that's available on that website. He will also help you find a unit that's near you. If you want to go visit, you want to stand in the back, you want to see what's going on, you want to talk with our leader about what the activities are that are upcoming this fall. Again, beascout.org, and feel free to just go all the way through that material and get your questions answered.
Thanks so much, Roger, for being here. This was a really great information. I appreciate you.
Great. Thanks, Amanda.
What if instead of dying, you could be uploaded into a digital afterlife, complete with luxury, tech, and maybe a few glitches? Well, that's the wild setup of Upload, the sci-fi comedy from Greg Daniels, creator of The Office, Parks and Rec. The show imagines a future with holographic phones, AI assistants, and even 3D food printers, where the afterlife is just another subscription plan. The 4-part finale is now streaming on Prime Video, and joining us is comedian and actress Zainab Johnson, who plays Alicia. Welcome to the show, Zainab. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, the finale is here. Well, what can fans expect from these last 4 episodes without giving away too many of the spoilers?
The fans can definitely expect closure. They can expect us taking everything that they've seen throughout the series, seasons 1 through 3. They can expect that to be heightened, but also definitely closure. So really big comedic moments, really big fun moments, stunts, of course, introducing new technology, solving kind of like solving a mystery, but also in terms of like the will they, won't they, the love story between the trouble of Nathan, Ingrid, and Nora. I think the fans will appreciate a bit of closure in that department.
And Alicia's been through so much in Lakeview. How did you want to see her story land in this kind of finale?
I really enjoy seeing Alicia succeed. I feel like that was important to me. And I think that was important to show because Alicia, in a very different way, is like a morality character, like she often battles with like doing the right thing for the right reasons or the wrong reasons, et cetera, et cetera. By this last season, her not only like, you know, getting a lot of promotions, but also sort of being a double agent in a sense and really sort of working within the system to sort of change it and fix it or protect the people from it. I think that was a wonderful way for me to sort of show how much she has grown.
And Greg Daniels, I'm a huge fan. He balances humor and heart really, really well. What moments while shooting these episodes really captured that for you?
The humor and the heart. In this fourth season, I mean, there's so many moments, but like in this fourth season, there's a scene where the AI guy is just, you know, he's kind of like distraught because his AI girlfriend, you know, has broken up with him. And it's such a silly scene. But Alicia goes in and not only Alicia and Luke, they go in and they comfort him through what is like a really, really silly, like in the essence of it, it's silly, but also the way it's filmed. It's like he's laying on a floor in an elevator and it's just like hitting his head, you know, like the physical comedy of it all. But for us to not really focus on that and to really just focus on like, oh, okay, well, he's having this human experience and he's feeling pain and sadness, and we have to help him through this. I feel like that's a really good example and one of my favorite moments this season of like balancing this like, you know, like really, really huge humor moments, but also like the heart of the show. And
you're also not just Alicia, you're also a stand-up comedian and a host. How does your comedy background shape the way you approach a character on screen?
I mean, I'm always like trying to look for the funny, you know, like I'm always like, you know, like it's fun to be funny, although in the scene as the character, it's not really funny to you. You're playing it genuine. And that happens for me a lot on stage too. When I'm doing my stand-up, while the audience is like laughing really hard, I am typically like playing the jokes that I'm saying very straight or really living through the experience, which could have been like sort of like, I don't know, dramatic for me, but I'm allowing the audience to sort of laugh at it. And I feel like that has really helped me in terms of like, you know, acting, not just on Upload, but, you know, any other work as well.
Zainab Johnson, thanks for joining us this morning. You can stream the complete 4-part finale of Upload right now on Prime Video. Share your favorite moments with #UploadTV and follow @Upload on Prime for more. Zainab, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for tuning in. That was New Mexico Rising. And if you want to be a part of the show, email us at newmexicorising@gmail.com. You can go to our website, newmexicorising.com. And for behind the scenes and other fun stuff, please follow us on socials and subscribe to our YouTube at NM Rising. See you next week.